October 16th today. We made our way back in here. This is a new spot for me, but it's hot today. It's like 78 degrees. We had some rain come through this morning and it felt really good for a while. And then it has warmed up a lot this afternoon. So it's about 2:30 now. We are, like I said, in this new spot. I've never stepped foot in here before. It's brand new to me. I've got 2 trail cameras and 2 sets of eyes. We're just gonna go through here and do some scouting and see what we can find. I mean, I think that there will be some good deer in here. There's lots of good habitat diversity. We're really trying to look for some oak trees, trying to find some food sources and stuff, but also just take note of areas that might be good for the rut and everything too. So we'll see what we get into. Maybe we'll get into nothing. And we brought everything to hunt, but again, we'll just kind of see how it all unfolds. So we're gonna get to walking here and try not to sweat too much, but I have a feeling that that's not really realistic. So we'll see what we can get into. Two fawns. I really like this slough for access. It's not much, but like we're just down, you know, kind of out of the way, out of sight anyway. The same one. I'm liking this more and more as we get further, you know. Well, we've made our way down here, just following that slough that's back there. Nice for access and everything. And there's kind of this levee that we're standing on right now. We just came across a pretty solid trail that I don't know, it kind of looks like there may be a scrape under it, but regardless, it's got very heavy traffic. And kind of where we got to was just like a spot where the habitat just changed. And that's a big thing that I've found success on, is just finding those areas of edge. You know, that adage of deer being creatures of edge, it really is true. Like finding those spots where the habitat changes. Like, for example, it's grassy right here. Back there, 50 yards, 60 yards, it wasn't grassy at all. Same thing on this side. It's kind of opening up with this thicker stuff as opposed to more grassy, just willows and everything like that. So little habitat changes, they can be subtle, they can be major. Those seem to be spots where there's just always deer, you know, activity at the very least. So just see if we can find some good spots. It's like the first one we found. It is fairly fresh though. So we basically sat down to take a break, and I took all my bag, gear off and everything. And I just kind of messed around back in here. I ended up stumbling on this really nice looking spot. There's basically right here a big trail, and it ends up forking out in like 3 different spots out there, going to ag fields basically. But there is a monster scrape right here, big fresh scrape. And Aiden and I were just talking about, do you put it further down where you're covering more trails, or do you put it on the scrape? And with the time of year that's coming up, as well as the fact that it's very, very fresh and looks like it's getting worked a lot, I gotta think that it's a fairly actively used scrape. Like the one that we stumbled upon over there looked like a deer just got angry and just started, he found a licking branch and, almost just got mad at it. But this one looks like it's being beat up pretty good. What I was just talking about the edge back there is a perfect example. Right here, you can see there's a little washout where there's some more mature trees, big cottonwoods and stuff. And right here, you can see back behind me, it's very thick. And it just goes on and on. Big bedding area back there, I gotta think. And so this trail is essentially following 20 yards away from the edge and going again out to ag fields type of thing. So it makes sense why these deer are traveling the way that they are. It's very thick back on the other side of the washout. Just a good little spot that just makes sense, and sure enough, there's a pretty beat down trail through here. So there are a couple different tree options. We've got this birch tree right over my shoulder, and then there's these 2 maples right next to each other. Those maples we wouldn't be able to get very high, and there's just too many branches and stuff. But it would still, I think it would still work. There's plenty of ground level cover behind it, back cover, that I think we'd still be able to catch them and be in the game. This birch tree though, we might be able to get a little higher, and I don't know, I'd have to go to the base of it and look, but overall I do like this spot a lot. It just makes sense and could be one that we kill at. I mean, it's pretty sweet. Well, we've walked past the spot that I wanted to put this last camera at. That spot that we did that interview where there's just basically a trail crossing this levee. So that's what I get for not marking it on Onyx. But we did find another one here that was just a little bit further down. There's a trail on the levee, but there's also one coming across it, and there's another little area of edge, right here. That way is just some thick willows and a little bit more open, honestly. But back in here you can see is more mature timber, just a little bit of habitat change. And there's a trail going right in line with it. So we'll see what this one does. Maybe a total dud, but it seems like a decent spot. So, and hopefully these couple cameras and just the scouting in general gives us a good little bit of intel. Really exciting seeing a scrape like that opened up this time of year, so we'll see what gets on that.